We now have a short presentation on the topic Shifting Horizons Bank of the Future 2030 by Shri Rajdeep Saha, Financial Services Partner, PwC. Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, all. I think over the last 3 to 4 hours, we have got a lot of insights from the panelists, from the esteemed speakers on what would the bank in the future look like. Now, we from PwC are proud to launch our report today in this August gathering, Shifting Horizons Banking 2030. And if I look back, now this decade probably has seen significant innovation, both from a business model perspective, technology and digital. And we are forecasting, and yes, there would be a little bit of crystal gazing as well. Some of these trends will continue over the next 5 to 6 years. And obviously, we are looking at certain new constructs getting added to ensure that from a financial services perspective, we are there where we need to be in 2030. So with those words, I'll quickly take you through 3 to 4 key slides which capture the essence of the report. And then, I hope that you find that an interesting read. So we have, really gone through the 7 trillion economy target that we have set for ourselves as a country in 2030. And what we have tried to depict, and obviously there are more details in the thought leadership that we are releasing today, the financial services will be a significant component of that 7 trillion economy in 2030. It needs to be from where it is today at 5 to 5.5% to nearly 7 to 8%, right? A significant jump in the entire financial services industry. And there are tailwinds which we have discussed, which you have heard, right when Mr. Kamath also alluded to it. Lot of focus from the government in expanding the DPI. The banks have become stronger thanks to the cleaner balance sheet. There's an upswing in the economy, etc. Right? So for this to hold pace, financial services also will have to do its part. Right? We need to, the entire fraternity here will have to ensure that the contribution from the financial services sector also increases, and we are where we intend to be in 2030. We have listed out certain aspects of the capital expenditure happening, the significant thrust on housing, how technology enablers are going to aid each of these. I'm going to cover in a bit, but this gives you a broader landscape of where we are, and we are very confident that we are in good shape for our mission 2030. So we have detailed out 6 broad areas, we have heard some of these terms today, but this is the foundation. The financial services industry today, when we talk to banks at various shapes, right? I mean, there are at different levels of maturity. Everyone is trying to move the needle on each of these blocks. You have the ease construct for public sector banks. The private sector banks are doing their bit, but everyone is coming together, and they know that we need to be a master in each of these blocks. And this is where the entire innovation and transformation aided by digital and technology is also taking place, right? Be it from a business model perspective, when we are talking about sustainable banking, or the entire capacity building that we heard in the morning is so important for banks to really sustain their innovation, what they've been doing, right? These are the 6 blocks that we have detailed out. And obviously, the report also points to specific outcomes that PwC thinks in the next 6 to 7 years banks will get by investing in each of these blocks. This is not exhaustive, but we have listed out a couple of digital technology themes, linked to each of the, the levers that we spoke of or that we saw, be it a business model reinvention, right up to security and governance. And the next panel discussion is going to detail out, security and governance that we see is relevant for financial services. But each of the themes that you see on your right are happening today in certain shape, right? Maybe from a scale of 1 to 10, we may be 2 or 3 somewhere, but looking at 2030, all of these themes will be much more prevalent. They are relevant, but they will be much more prevalent, right? I think that's the entire conversation that when we go out and meet most of the CXOs, that's the conversation that we're having. And leave you with this, the metaverse will be there. There will be a digiverse, the phygital world that we all know India would need. So the building blocks from a channel perspective, there will be a confluence of physical and digital coming in. And the entire generative AI, right, borrowing from the theme that we have today, maybe we are a Gen AI 4.0, we would be somewhere in Gen AI 6.0 in the next 5 to 6 years as we traverse this path, right? And at each of the, as I said, right, there's significant action happening in each of these blocks, but we are going to see more of ecosystems getting created, banks trying to have a niche or forge a niche with collaboration with fintech partners, be it on agri, be it on auto, or be it on wealth. Right? So all of these things are going to come together in a much bigger way as we reach our aim to be a 7 trillion economy by 2030. So with that, I would want to call my colleague, and we want to, ensure that all of you please go through this report that we are launching today. And we have already submitted it to IBA, and all of you will be having a copy of this. So the entire report covers all the trends that, from PwC perspective, we see are relevant for 2030. Thank you.
Thank you.